Hey Pipers. So today, this is a video that I've really wanted to make for a really long time. Oh, hi Ren. Hi Ren. My dog's name's Ren. Yeah, so around this time every year, you see a lot of videos about Haunted Bookshop. Mostly because the name says Haunted Bookshop, and I don't want this to be your generic haunted bookshop video because I feel like everybody just talks about the tobacco whether they like it or not, yada yada yada. Says it's something about the season, something about you either love it or you hate it. I'm firmly in the I love this camp. I've always got a tin of it. As you can see, I'm actually quite low. It's almost every day. Almost every day. It is indeed a Burley, Virginia, and Perique blend. Very burly forward. It's pretty obviously a cake, or no, excuse me, not a cake, but flakes that they, have sort of rubbed out. I do believe it comes in a cake format, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I love this stuff. Some people do, some people don't. But what I really wanted to talk about was Haunted Bookshop, and the actual book. This blend is based off of a book called Haunted Bookshop, written, I believe, in 1919 by a gentleman named Christopher Morley. I don't want to spoil the book for anybody who might want to read it, but it's not. It has nothing to do with Halloween, or anything like that. In fact, it takes place between the 30 days between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So one of the very first instances in the book is where they're all sitting down for dinner on Thanksgiving with his club called the Corn Cob Club. So I just wanted to quickly kind of talk about the book and how I feel about Haunted Bookshop. So the book, it is in public domain. You can get it, anywhere. I like Project Gutenberg. They have everything, like all the files are in really high quality, and you can get them in just about any format you need for any device or, however you like to read. I do have a copy. As you can see, it is not a thick book. This is not a challenging, well, it might be a challenging read, but I don't think it's one that you're going to spend a whole lot of time to. I like to come back to it every once in a while. So I did, finally get a hardcover of it that I want to put in the basement. Right now it just lives on my bookshelf. But the reason I want to make this video so much, not just because this book is really dear to me, but I believe that this book should be very dear to every pipe smoker. If you enjoy the hobby, or just enjoy the ritual of smoking a pipe, I mean, right on the cover. that wasn't not on purpose. But this book is about a bookshop. It is about the proprietor of a bookshop and a mystery that surrounds that particular bookshop. And some of the happenings and events, that take place while they discover what that mystery is and uncover, the secret. But someone is smoking a pipe in every scene of this book. There are detailed descriptions at every page of smoke wafting from a pipe, different types of pipes, the smell of the different types of tobacco, and the light emanating in a dark room from the bowl. Things like that. This, to me, I hate to say that something is essential because it's not really essential, right? But figuratively, this book is an essential read if you are a pipe smoker. Find it any way you can. Audiobook, however you like to enjoy books, but what I would say is just don't pass this up. And once you have read this, I think you'll have a bit more of an appreciation for the actual, tobacco from Cornell and Diehl, Haunted Bookshop, for a lot of reasons. But I just wanted to read, so bear with me, but I wanted to read, the first few pages of this book. Really just like the first two pages. So, Chapter 1, The Haunted Bookshop. If you are ever in Brooklyn, that borough of suburb sunsets and magnificent vistas of husband-propelled baby carriages, it is to be hoped that you may chance upon a quiet By Street, where there is a very remarkable bookshop. This bookshop does business under the unusual name Parnassus at Home. This is actually the second in a duology of books. The first one was called Parnassus on Wheels. Uh, uh, Parnassus at Home is housed on one of the comfortable old brownstone dwellings which have been the joy of several generations of plumbers and cockroaches. The owner of the business has been at pains to remodel the house to make it a more suitable shrine for his trade, which deals entirely in second-hand volumes. There is no second-hand bookshop in the world more worthy of respect. It is about 6 o'clock of a cold November evening with gusts of rain splattering upon the pavement when a young man proceeded uncertainly along Gissing Street, stopping now and then to look at shop windows as though doubtful on his way. At a warm and shining face of a French rotisserie he halted to compare the number enameled on the transom with a memorandum in his in his hand. Then he pushed on for a few minutes, at last reaching the address he sought. Over the entrance his eye was caught by the sign. Parnassus at Home, R. and H. Mifflin, book lovers welcome. This shop is haunted. He stumbled down the 3 steps that led into the dwelling of the Muses, lowered his overcoat collar, and looked about. It was very different from such bookstores as he had been accustomed to patronize. 2 stories of the old house had been thrown into one. The lower space was divided into 2 little alcoves. Above, a gallery ran around the wall, which carried books to the ceiling. The air was heavy with the delightful fragrance of mellowed paper and leathery surcharge with a strong bouquet of tobacco. In front of him he found a large placard in a frame. This shop is haunted by the ghosts of all great literature in hosts. We sell no fakes or trashes. Lover of books are welcome here. No clerk will babble in your ear. Please smoke, but don't drop ashes. Browse as long as you like. Prices of all books plainly marked. If you want to ask questions, you'll find the proprietor where the tobacco smoke is thickest. We pay cash for books. We have what you want, though you may not know it. You may not know you want it. Malnutrition of the reading faculty is a serious thing. Let us prescribe for you by R. and H. Mifflin, proprietors. So, right away, you already kind of get an idea, and thank you for bearing with me with that. But it just goes on to be more and more. I would love to read more of this to you all, but I'm sure you don't want to hear me. I would love for you to experience it for yourself. But this book is just a joy. It is, I will say it's I wouldn't say it's an advanced read, but at times there's a lot of discussion of topics that, frankly, very few people are going to have any knowledge of, because it's about a very well-read individual who likes to flaunt that he knows a lot about a lot of things. And at times I found myself, over the years having to look up certain names and then deciding that was totally unnecessary. So just go with it, and you'll really enjoy it. But yeah. Absolutely a pipe smoker's must read, must experience at least in some way. But just the descriptions in here of this era and this life and this time, and how important tobacco was to them in so many ways, and how it helped set the scene for a lot of these things that happen. It's just cool. Something that I've appreciated over time, even though, I'm not crazy about this tobacco stuff and pipes. I do, like it enough to have a YouTube channel about it. But the other thing is just books. I just love books, and seeing this book on my shelf just reminds me every time I see it of how much I love books and what books offer to me in my life. So I plan to do more videos like this, just discussing what I'm reading, and hope that folks who find this find some joy in it, and maybe even Aaron and I were kicking around the idea of doing like Pipes and Pages or something like that with a monthly book club where we read books and we smoke our pipes while we do so, and then talk about how that enhances that experience or doesn't. I'm currently reading, I just finished Henry David Thoreau's Cape Cod. I love Cape Cod, I love The Age of Sail, and I love maritime Everything, basically, Golden Age of Sail, everything. So now I am reading 2 Years Before the Mast, which is a diary of an individual who became a sailor, basically just threw his life away and became a sailor. And it's a, first-hand telling of that. So I've made it just a little bit into it, but plan to finish that maybe in the next week or so. Yeah, and I'll be smoking lots of Navy Flick while I'm reading that, right? So yeah, do that. Find a book that makes you feel good, whether that's Haunted Bookshop or anything. But please, I just implore everyone to read if you can. Don't read because it makes you sound smart. Don't read because it makes you think it makes you look smart. Do it because the one thing I most enjoy in our current day and age is I am not battered by ads. These books are not trying to sell someone or sell something to me or to you. There's no ad interruptions. There's no algorithm involved in it, right? Like, I picked this book because I wanted to read it, and I read it in silence with no chittering or chattering or breaks getting in the way. Whatever that means to you. I love that. I don't need the internet. I don't need to be connected. I don't need a device. I can literally do this anywhere. And it makes me feel good. So please do that. Turn this video off and go read something. Please. Anyway, Pipers, I will check you next time.